Hello everyone, welcome to the Autring. The White House has President Joe Biden warned Ukraine's president on Thursday that there is a distinct possibility that Russia could take military action against Ukraine in February. The Kremlin likewise sounded a grim note, saying it saw little ground for optimism in resolving the crisis after the US this week again rejected Russia's main demands. Russian officials said dialogue was still possible to end the crisis, but Biden again offered a stark warning amid growing concerns that Russian President Vladimir Putin will give the go ahead for a further invasion of Ukrainian territory in the not so distant future. The White House says Biden's comments to Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky in a phone call amplified concerns that administration officials have been making for some time. President Biden said that there is a distinct possibility that the Russians could invade Ukraine in February. White House National Security Council spokesperson Emily Horne said, "He has said this publicly and we have been warning about this for months." Tensions have soared in recent weeks as the United States and its NATO allies expressed concern that a buildup of about 100,000 Russian troops near Ukraine signaled that Moscow planned to invade its ex-Soviet neighbor. Russia denies having any such designs and has laid out a serious type of demands set that it will improve security in Europe. But as is expected, the US and the Western Alliance firmly rejected any concessions on Moscow's main points on Wednesday, refusing to permanently ban Ukraine from joining NATO and saying allied deployments of troops and military equipment in the Eastern Europe are non-negotiable. The US did outline areas in which some of Russia's concerns might be addressed, possibly offering a path to de-escalation. But, as it has done repeatedly for the past several weeks, Washington also warned Moscow of devastating sanctions if it invades Ukraine. In addition to penalties targeting Russian people and key economic sectors, several senior US officials said on Thursday with certainty that Germany would not allow a newly constructed gas pipeline to begin operations in the event of an excursion. All eyes are now on Putin, who will decide how Russia will respond amid fears that Europe could again be plunged into war. In the meantime, Biden spoke to his Ukrainian counterpart Zelensky on Thursday to reiterate American and allied support, including recent deliveries of US military aid. Biden warned Zelensky that the US believed there was a high degree of likelihood that Russia could invade when the ground freezes and Russian forces could attack Ukrainian territory from the north of Kiev, according to two people familiar with the conversation who were not authorized to comment on publicly. Military experts have said that Russia may be waiting for optimal ground conditions to move heavy equipment into Kiev as part of any invasion. 8 years ago, Russia invaded Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula in late February. Zelensky tweeted that he and Biden also discussed the possibility of additional financial support for Ukraine. The White House said Biden told Zelensky he was, quote, exploring additional macroeconomic support to help Ukraine's economy as it comes under pressure as a result of Russia's military buildup. Meanwhile, the United States announced that the United Nations Security Council will hold an open meeting on Monday on what US Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield called Russia's, quote, threatening behavior. She said the deployment of more than 100,000 troops along Ukraine's border and other destabilizing acts pose a clear threat to international peace and security and the UN Charter. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told reporters earlier that the response from the US and a similar one from NATO left little ground for optimism. But he added that there are always prospects for continuing a dialogue. It's in the interest of both us and the Americans, he said. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was circumspect when asked whether the Biden administration saw a sliver of hope in that the Russians said that they would keep communications open even as they said they lacked optimism. "We don't know if the Russians are playing games on diplomacy. We hope not," Psaki said. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that the US response contained some elements that could lead to the start of serious talk on secondary issues, but emphasized that the document contains no positive response on the main issue. Those are Moscow's demands that NATO not expand and that the alliance refrain from deploying weapons that might threaten Russia. Thank you all so much for watching. For further updates, please stay tuned to the Autring.